YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back with some more NFL content. So we're talking about playoff teams here. Teams that were not in the playoffs last year. What was that noise?
I don't know.
I heard something.
Hear
Who could be in the playoffs for this upcoming season? We're going to remove teams if we think they have no or a low chance of making the playoffs until we're left with obviously more than one team are probably going to make the playoffs on this list. But we're going to be left with one team that we really think will make the playoffs. The last few we have on the board, though, consider those teams in. But before we get into it, subscriber goal. It's 10,000 subscribers. So if you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, please do so. We'd appreciate it very much if you help us out. Old subscribers, welcome back. We love you.
So much.
So much. Thanks for being back with us. Really appreciate it. But on to the teams. Is there any team you would like to take off?
Yeah. There's a lot of teams.
A lot of teams you want to take off?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me one.
All right. Dolphins.
You want to take off the Dolphins right off the bat. Why is that, sir?
Dolphins suck.
Whoa.
Yeah, I said it. They're not making the playoffs.
I mean, let's be honest here. Let me just do that. Let me get that going. Is that fair? Was that fair?
That's fair.
Browns and Jets, can I take them off?
Fair. Very fair.
I know it's a
You're
little.
missing a couple, but
I know. I just didn't want to get. I was getting a little carried away. I thought the Browns are. They got better. Good off season. They're not making the playoffs. They're not going to do it.
You got another team, right? You're just bothering me with these.
And the Jets, they're just. It's a rebuild process.
Yeah, too young.
Trust the process.
That's fair.
They're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Don't be.
Who did I forget?
Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals aren't looking. What if the old Dalton shows up?
No.
No, he made the playoffs before.
Yeah.
Yeah, their defense was Mike Zimmer defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's we don't no Mike Zimmer, no playoffs.
Sorry.
Plain and simple.
Sorry.
Who could be next? There's some teams on here that are legit will make
I've made
it.
it very clear. I hate.
You
Not hate. I won't say hate. That's a strong word.
You mean hate to see them make the play? Or
I don't think they're good.
Okay.
I think you know what this team is.
I don't.
Is
it the Bears?
It would be
from
false.
the Bears fan.
No, there's a team up here that I'm not a fan of. And we'll see if you can get it.
I mean, I know you don't like the Packers.
I'll start describing them for you. I'll start describing them.
All right.
Young quarterback.
Young.
We don't know which version of him is going to show up. No defense. No defense. They like crab legs.
Okay, so the Bucks.
You're good.
You don't think the Bucks are making it?
No.
I mean, I don't think they'll make it either, but I think their roster is pretty solid, but it's just going to be tough because they're in a tough division. At the NFC, the NFC is just loaded. It's just loaded.
I love it.
With teams, good teams. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to, even though they definitely have a better roster than a lot of teams up here, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. A team that I would take off next, let's see.
There's one.
Yeah, I really just don't think. There's a couple teams, but I was trying to figure out what team I want to name first. The Colts. Angel Luck could ball out, but that's a tough division. I don't think they make the playoffs. I really don't. They're heading in the right direction, though. Solid draft. Got a lot of players. You got a lot of young defensive guys for the future, which they desperately needed. Let's just hope Andrew Luck stays healthy. What if he just stays healthy from here on out? And he's you could say, could be kind of fresh because he's been out of football for a couple years. He definitely didn't lose his game, so I mean that could help him. Honestly,
you see the pictures of him?
He's jacked, isn't he?
He is buff as can be.
Some people think too buff. You can never be too buff.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I got a team up here. There's one team up here that doesn't have a clear-cut quarterback, and you spoke about injuries. So also, they don't have a clear-cut quarterback, and there is injuries to the quarterback that they have.
Cardinals?
Cardinals it is.
Yeah, that would have been the next team off the board for me, too. Bradford going to start. Is Rosen going to start? I'm not even going to mention Glennon, but they got David Johnson back. What's the deal with him holding out? You see that? It's another discussion.
How can you miss all year now?
Yeah, come on.
You get the training camp right now.
You want to play
Mr.
football?
Johnson?
Are you watching right now? Get your ass in there and play. Practice.
Yeah, who do you think you are? All right, that's it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take off. I'll take off the... Man.
I got a team, but you're up.
I got 3 teams, and I cannot decide which one. It's gonna be the Raiders.
Ooh.
I think. I mean, they were very, very good a couple years ago. So, I mean, they could get back there.
But they got Gruden.
Yeah, they did get Gruden. Trust the process, though. Not right now. They're going to get there. You don't know what car is going to show up. Good car, bad car, hurt car. Khalil Mack's just a beast. But the defense, it's got to be better. I mean, that division's winnable, actually. So, I mean, maybe I took them off a little early, but I just don't know if I like their team for the playoffs right now.
I got a team I'm going to take off here. And
I sure hope you have a team.
Yeah, it is my turn. I should. They're in a tough division, and I think that they've gotten worse this offseason. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Ooh. That's a little early for the boys. I don't think I'm going to allow it. No, I mean, you said it, so I guess I got to take it off.
You have to take it off. I think they got... I'm not going to say they got so much worse, but they got...
You think they got worse? But Zeke going to be back all the games? We think.
We think. God only knows what he's going to do.
I mean,
the pictures of him?
He's getting beefy.
Thick. That's all I got to say. Not a good thick.
Yeah, but guys like that could lose and gain just like that. Season's still a little bit away, so we'll see. I think it's on Dak for me. Like, Dak was bad last year. Let's be honest.
Let's be even more honest. He was terrible.
He was terrible.
Terrible.
The rookie year was just sensational. How does that happen?
It's another rookie who set the bar so high for themselves that...
I mean, there's a sophomore slump. That's actually a thing. So, and then the guys get going. So,
does he, though? Does he have the weapons?
That's the big question.
Going?
So, I mean, if we get Dak from last year, even with everybody healthy, even with Zeke on the field all the times, they probably won't make the playoffs. But if we get a good Dak going, then they're going to make the playoffs. So it's tough. It's very tough. A team I'll take off next is...
Come on, there's one you have to.
Is one I have to?
You have to. For your team.
For me?
Think about your team.
The Bears?
No, think about your team's not the Bears.
Yeah, think about my team. My team doesn't like the Bears.
Who's the worst team in your team's division? Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, it's tough. Who do I think is going to finish last in that division? The Bears or the Lions?
Lions, do it.
I'll tell you this. The Bears roster is better than the Lions roster. I'll tell you that right now. More complete.
I love it.
But the Lions are a sneaky team. They're sneaky. They could be good out of nowhere.
Stafford has...
There's some holes in that defense, though. They're switching defenses, too, with Patricia in there. I don't know. I don't know. That's just it. I just don't know.
I do.
We'll take them off the board because you're pretty firm on that.
Yeah.
They have some holes in that. They could struggle a little bit. I think the Bears do have a more complete team, but the Lions have showed us in the past that doesn't matter. They made the playoffs 2 years ago. Don't you forget.
They almost won the division.
They had it won.
They literally had one game away. They had to win the last game of the season to win the division.
And then Rodgers just came out of nowhere and did Rodgers things. So speaking of Rodgers, speaking of him, I guess we'll take off.
No,
I guess we'll take off the Broncos next.
Okay, all right.
You just don't know what Case Keenum you're gonna get. Wait, what'd you think I was gonna do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Keep going. Continue.
The Broncos aren't gonna be a great team. They're not gonna be terrible, but it's gonna be tough to make the playoffs. Defense isn't that same Super Bowl defense. It can be very good, but I think Vikings Keenum is better than Broncos Keenum. That's just gonna be a prediction I'm gonna make right now.
That's not too bold of a take.
Yeah, I'll take the Broncos off. Could have went with another team or two, but I'll take the Broncos off.
All right. Do you remember my Super Bowl prediction last year?
Yeah.
Do you remember who screwed me?
You want me to take them off?
Take them off.
All right.
Done.
Oh, I get this right. I think I remember.
It's the NFC team. I had the NFC team right, yeah.
You predicted the Giants. Did you predict them? I think you predicted the Patriots to win, but you just had the Giants.
Yeah, I had the Giants-Patriots Super Bowl last year. It was my prediction. The Giants let me down so bad.
And they did get hurt, but they weren't going to win either way.
No excuses.
No excuses.
You let me down so much, New York. So you're off the board for me now.
I mean, they could be a solid team.
No, you're off the board.
I think you took them off a little early. I think
might have been a little premature. There might be some personal issues in there. But I don't know. Too late. You're gone.
I'm gonna take off the Bears now. I know you're not gonna like that. Being in the NFC, they're still kind of a rebuild team. I mean, they're not going to win their division. The Vikings, the Packers in the division. So they're going to have to get that wild card spot. And again, the NFC, very tough. So it's going to be very, very tough for them to get that spot.
You just watch.
You took the Giants off too early. You think the Redskins are better than the Giants?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Should we take the Redskins off next, or you think that's too early?
I think there's one team that should go before the Redskins.
Can I guess who it is?
There's two teams.
Yeah, I was going to say there's two.
Yeah.
Are the two teams...
I can see where your mouse is going here.
It didn't really matter where it was going. I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay.
I don't know why you're watching my mouse. I don't know what.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm just watching. I'm everywhere.
Just pay attention to these teams here.
Okay.
See which one comes off the board next. I'll take the Ravens off.
That was my... Whew.
They're a pretty balanced team, but they don't have anybody that's going to take over unless they put in Lamar Jackson.
The two quarterbacks on the field at once?
No, you
Like,
can't bench Flacco. He didn't do anything to get benched, but Lamar Jackson brings a different game. People got a game. They're going to struggle to game plan. You may win more games because of it, honestly. But I think off the Ravens, not going to win their division, and they could make a wild card spot. I just don't think if they didn't do it last year, they're not going to do it this year. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it in their situation because they didn't get any better.
Yeah,
it might be worse, honestly.
There's one team here that needs to go before the Redskins.
Well, tell me who it is. It's your turn.
Niners.
Niner. They're not ready yet.
They're not. You're close. San Francisco, you're close. You're not there quite yet. I think it kind of all revolves around Jimmy G.
That's right. I mean, he did go 6-0, but he did throw 5 picks.
Yeah.
He did play some bad teams. He did play the Rams second, third string.
He was learning a new system. Came in mid-season.
But, yeah, does have a good offensive coordinator. He is good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
But we just don't know what we're going to get. So they can make the playoffs as a wild card. But, again, that brings us back to the NFC. It's tough. Very tough. Can they get in the wild card spot? I would say no. So I'd agree.
Yeah.
How many teams left do you think actually make the playoffs? You don't have to tell me who they are. Just tell me how many.
4.
You think 4 of these teams make the playoffs?
Yeah.
You're out of control.
I'm out of control, but yeah.
I think.
Okay, I'll be realistic here.
I'm thinking 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3. You think 3 is 3 is close to 4? Come on.
I don't think 4.
Because we're taking the skins off here.
You're
right?
taking them off. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that both teams, both NFC teams, both AFC teams left, both have a legitimate chance of making the playoffs. I can see Houston winning their division. I can see the Chargers finally not just starting terrible and barely making it in, or barely missing it. I can see them finally making it. I can see Aaron Rodgers staying healthy and making it. I can see Russell Wilson having one of those years again. But I could also see Russell Wilson.
I'm going to take the Seahawks. Seahawks will be the next team off.
Seahawks team got worse.
Yeah, their defense
got a lot worse.
Their defense could struggle. Wilson doesn't have a line once again. It might be even worse than ever. The weapons might be worse than ever. So I'll take them off. I think these are the 3 teams. It's going to be hard to choose one.
Let's decide between these AFCs. Which one stays?
Which one stays?
Because I think the Packers have a legitimate chance. Like, again, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, they're making the playoffs.
I mean, if this is weird, it's tough. If
I can't, like, Aaron Rodgers, no matter how bad that defense is or has been, when he's healthy all year, he does magical things. So, like, you can't just not think that. You cannot think that he's just gonna.
So we're choosing. I gotta choose one of these AFC teams to take off.
I think so.
So again, I know which one I'm choosing to keep on. And to take off too, obviously. But I'm not saying which team's better than the other. If they match up head to head, the team I'm taking off could easily win. They could be better in the playoffs. But this is about making the playoffs.
I know who you're doing.
You know exactly what I'm doing?
I know exactly what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You're taking off Houston.
Yeah, I'm taking off Houston. I think Houston actually, if they both made the playoffs, I like Houston more in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I mean, it depends on how they play during the season. Bring something different. Very good team, but they have to. I mean, they could be better than the Titans, and they can be better than the Jags, but they have to get through both those teams, and then the Colts with Andrew Luck. But the Chargers, I really think the Chargers are going to win their division. They could easily not. Don't know how they're going to start. We talked about that in the past. Don't know what you're going to get from, but I think they're going to win their division, so that means they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's the Chargers versus the Packers.
I think You know how we always say don't bet against Big Tom.
You're not going to bet against Big Phil?
No,
you're talking
not
about
where I was going. Not where I was going.
I was going Big Phil.
Okay, I like the Chargers to make the playoffs.
So your choice is the Packers?
My choice is the Packers.
My choice is the Chargers, so we're keeping them both on the board.
Up there.
Because I don't think the Packers are winning the division. I think the Chargers are winning the division. Does that mean I don't think the Packers are making the playoffs? No, because I think they can easily get the wild card. Even though the NFC's tough, I think they're probably one of the top, maybe the top wild card teams, even though they could win their division. I think the Chargers win their division, so that means I think they're more likely to. I think the Chargers are the better team, too, honestly. I mean, obviously the Packers if they play each other in the playoffs, it would have to be the Super Bowl. My money would be on Rodgers. But
yeah,
I think you looking at those two teams, the Chargers are way more complete. I don't know, though. The Chargers' defense is good. And the Packers don't really have a defense. They drafted very well.
Yeah, but the quarterbacks are night and day. Like, Phillip Rivers is good, but, like,
I don't think
Aaron Rodgers is...
Coming off the injury?
He's not human. He's not human.
We don't know what we're going to get?
He's not a human.
I honestly think both these teams probably make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I just think the Chargers, for where they're playing in the AFC, we talked the NFC being better than the AFC, and then the Chargers with their division, I think they're way more likely to win their division than the Packers are. So my pick's Chargers, your pick's Packers. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
keep them both up on the board. But that'll do it for this one. We have other NFL and NBA content on the channel, so go check it out if you haven't already. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because our subscriber goal is 10,000 subscribers. But that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.